I actually left my house today. I left my sacred dojo of Greece today for the first time in a few months, and I hated it. It was an absolute fucking disaster. It's like when the groundhog pops out of his hole and sees his shadow signaling a couple more weeks of winter. That's what it was like for me. I came out of my little hole here and I saw something far more terrifying than a shadow, which means a couple more months of me staying inside. Now let me clarify, when I say first time leaving my house, I mean first time going somewhere. Like, I've stepped outside into my backyard with the dogs to take them out and shit, so I've been readjusted to the sun, kind of, so the sun and I are no longer enemies. It took like a month of work just to get to that point though. Like, I didn't go outside at all, even the backyard, for a full month just because I'm a bit of a hypochondriac, and I wasn't entirely convinced I could trust the air outside. Could have virus particles in it, and I just wasn't taking the chance. But after a month, I did wander outside, and I swear to God, I thought I was going to die of vitamin D overdose. I felt like it was about to be that scene from Indiana Jones when they open the Ark of the Covenant and everyone's skin is melting off of their fucking bones. That's what it felt like first time seeing the sun, but since then, I've become reacclimated to it, so the sun and I are no longer enemies. So, going somewhere today, the sun wasn't the problem. It was just everything else about the adventure here. So my journey wasn't like a noble expedition or anything. I didn't leave my house to go put out a fire nearby or save a kitten from a tree. The reason I left my house was to go to a Walmart. And the reason I was going to a Walmart is because I wanted to look at their as seen on TV products, because I was hoping I could find some Nick Bolton originals, like the tack shaver, the tack lantern, the tack glasses, and really put them to the test. I just kind of had that itch to try out more as seen on TV products, because it's been a while since I've done that, and I knew Walmart carried them. And you know, for as seen on TV products, I decided, you know what, it's worth the risk. I'll make this journey for this. Just like Moses, I decided I was going to climb this mountain and get the 10 Commandments and bring them back down for the people to enjoy. But instead of 10 Commandments, what I was getting from the top of the mountain was tactical shaving devices and tactical glasses and shit. So not quite as cool as 10 Commandments, but still something that I felt was very important. And now, I decided to look it up. The last time I even started my car was March 15th, and I know that because the last time I left my house to go somewhere was March 15th to go see the movie The Hunt. And from then until today, my car hadn't been started a single time. It's gotten no exercise, shit's getting out of shape, and it just overall not feeling very well. I'm actually surprised it even started today at all. It's just been waiting for over 2 months now just for any amount of action that wasn't coming. And then today I said, you know what, you're off the bench, let's get you in the starting lineup, and they answered the call. My car started up with no problems, I threw on my mask, and I was ready to rumble. The trip to Walmart was pretty odd because there were so many cars on the road. I was led to believe that it was going to be like a ghost town if I went outside, like fucking going through Chernobyl. But that wasn't the case. The traffic was the same as I remembered it so long ago, the last time I ventured outside. So I feel like nothing has really changed outside in society except for me not being a part of it anymore, which made me feel kind of like an outcast, like that kid that sits alone at the middle school lunch table. But that was the first thing I noticed. When I actually got to Walmart, things were very different there. They had it like caution taped off as if it was a crime scene with a chalk outline on the ground from a murder that happened over Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something. It looked really intense and intimidating. They had like 5 kiosks outside. I don't know what the little stands were for. I didn't want to have any like actual close contact with a human being. I wanted to avoid my own species as much as possible, so I didn't investigate. I really can't imagine. Maybe they were selling like fucking lollipops or something, or maybe it was the Girl Scouts, the parents or some shit selling, I don't know. But there was a bunch of little kiosks outside that I have no idea what purpose they served. Almost everyone was wearing a mask, which made me feel like I was back in my college freshman year going to a rave where everyone used to wear these masks with little skulls on them. There's also just a really good handful of people that weren't wearing a mask, which I found odd because the people that weren't wearing a mask were the people that I felt really should, or most likely at least would consider, because they were all predominantly older people, and then a couple people that looked like they were on some kind of alcoholic binge and like stumbling over themselves. So I felt like the people that weren't wearing a mask were the people that really should have at least thought about it, but I mean, I'm not their parents, they can make their own decisions. I just thought that was something interesting. It was when I finally got into the Walmart where things really started to go south for this whole adventure here that I've chosen to go on. So going inside is when things really opened up. I immediately made my way to the as seen on TV products stand, I suppose, and I didn't find any tack devices, not a single Nick Bolton certified tactical tool. and I searched multiple times. I even went to the kids department. Not that I think Nick Bolton's tactical devices should be in the kids department, because these are tactical tools for tactical guys. They aren't children's toys. They're extremely dangerous for tactical situations. I mean, I swear to God, Nick Bolton's probably going to be selling tactical C4 just in case. So they shouldn't be in the kids department, but I wanted to make sure no stone was left unturned. I wanted to make sure that I checked everywhere thoroughly to find Nick Bolton's tactical devices. And it was when I went to the kids department that I saw my first little skirmish. There was two mothers, neither of which were wearing a mask, and they were getting into it a little bit. There was a verbal argument, which I love to hear. I do love public freakouts, and I kind of had an expectation going out today that there was going to be something like that, just because everything I've seen online from it. And I was lucky enough to at least kind of encounter one. But in my head, it was a much bigger deal than it was. In reality, they were just kind of arguing about something. I don't know what. I don't know if they knew each other, but they were arguing. Maybe they were arguing about not being able to find Nick Bolton's devices. I have no idea. But since we were in the same aisle, I was right next to it. And to me, I was starting to panic. Like, my blood pressure was starting to skyrocket because I was like, fuck. They're arguing, there's going to be saliva flying all over the place. What if one of them's sick? Now I've put myself in between a bullet and a target because we're sharing the same row. So in my head, I'm hearing this argument and I'm just picturing like fight night, like in a boxing match, you know, in the movies where it's like a slow motion punch and their head turns and the sweat's flying all over the audience like it's SeaWorld in the Splash Zone. That's what I was picturing. So I was hurrying up my investigation because I started panicking, worried about this invisible enemy that could be coming my way down the aisle. And so I got the fuck out of there. I went back to the as seen on TV stand. I didn't see anything, so eventually I just said it's not here and I got out. So as I left the glorious Walmart limp-dicked and sad, I walked back to my car, and that's when the actual fucking disaster of the day happened. I got fucking swarmed. Well, swarmed is an exaggeration. There was a single wasp that tracked me from the Walmart to my car. It was like fucking stalking me, waiting to make a move on my wallet. So this wasp fucking attacked me when I was about to get in the car, and when I say attacked, it landed on my head and freaked the shit out of me. So I was freaking out, like slapping at my head, and then I accidentally slapped my own fucking mask off onto the goddamn ground, which now that's ruined. I can't ever touch that again, so I left that there. And I'm fucking battling this fucking wasp, getting into my car. Now I'm exposed to the outside elements. I've lost my radiation suit because my mask is on the ground. This wasp will not leave me the fuck alone. I can't get my car open because I keep fucking fumbling the unlock on my keys. So it was just a true upsetting time that made me feel like I had just been brutalized. The wasp must have sensed my weakness, and it was shaking me down for my lunch money at the car. It was fucking mugging me right there in the Walmart parking lot. And that's when it really set in on me, like, this must have been a sign. Like, Charlie, you shouldn't be outside yet. Give it a little more time to marinate, and then you can go outside later. This is me telling you, stay inside for now. And I took that at face value, so I will be staying inside again, at least for a couple more weeks or something, because that wasp attack that fucking compromised my safety, that was enough for me to say, all right, that's probably enough. That's probably my one journey for the next month or so. So I'm back inside, and I just wanted to share with you my experience of my first time going back outside into society. And yeah, what a remarkable experience it was. I got nothing in return for it other than traumatized by a wasp. I really fucking hate wasps, always have. Wasps really suck ass, so fuck wasps. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.